I'm Gloria Fulleron and I'm the founder of Leantime. If you're watching this video right now, more than likely it's because you're trying a new project management tool or work management tool, task management tool, business development tool, whichever name it has for you, welcome. More than likely you've tried other tools and you found them overwhelming, didn't quite work for your process, confusing to set up, or for me, I found most of them overwhelming. We're in a space where we're working to make that different. Be sure to join our Discord community chat, follow us in GitHub, and stay up to date on our latest updates. In the meantime, this is a quick getting started video on how to get started with a project and how to think about setting that up in the system. Enjoy. So the first thing I tell anybody who is looking to get organized in a tool or in a project management process is to think about your work in categories. So when you're doing that, what you're going to do is you're going to look for the commonalities around the work. This is true if you're in a team and a company. This is true if you are managing personal projects. This is true if you're starting a business. What are the commonalities of the things that you're working towards? Sometimes that might look like a goal. So that might be that in this cycle, we are building feature X. Feature X is our project. For things that are not goals, they might be titles, or in the case of the sample here, website work. Website work is our project to help maintain our website. Now, this is Leantime. Getting started here. I've already gone through the initial startup steps, but I'm going to walk you through the project creation process. So create a new project and you're going to see this screen. And then we're going to think about what are those categories. If we have a category for website work, we can also have a category for content creation. So in this one, what are we trying to accomplish? We are looking to build out the next 3 months of search engine optimization, content, topics and strategies, and then start building the content. So from there, it asks you, is this part of a plan or a strategy? It's asking you that because if you are starting a new project or starting new work, something from the very beginning, initially what we recommend you do is to start at that high level vision. What is that thing I'm trying to accomplish? This is particularly true if you're starting a new business or using Leantime for business development, or even organizational strategies. We get that into that strategic execution space. So this question here, you would have had to have created a plan or a strategy already. Plans in this instance are treated more like portfolios or programs, if you're familiar with those. In that space, a portfolio or a program is then something that is a high level overview of all your projects. So you would assign all of those projects to your program or to your portfolio, and then you would be able to see all of the progress within those programs or projects. We don't have that in this case, so we're not going to fill that out, but we are going to set a project time frame. We're going to start today, and we are going to run this to the end of the year. One of the reasons in Leantime that you set a start and stop date, even if you are running more of an arbitrary project, if you're using our AI features, we have a feature that requires a project start and stop date to be able to do the things that you need it to do. And we'll cover that in another video. But even for communication and process purposes, it can be important to set a project date. Now, client/product. What is that? So you'll see that the initial and starting client is going to be your subdomain. Clients can be literal clients or customers that you're working with if you're in a consulting firm or you're working with external clients, or redundant, but yes. The alternative here is to use this as in a product or even a team model. So what that would look like is that you could create, if you have a marketing team and an engineering team and a design team, you could create all of them in here under the category of client. So you would see here, instead of demo 2, you would say engineering team, marketing team, design team, and then you would be able to assign each project that is specific to that team here under the client view. It's just another way to organize the work depending on how your workflows are. Not a requirement to use. You could run everything under your subdomain and it will work just as well, but it's another layer of organization if you need it. Last thing here is who can access this project. So for the most control, only the users that choose under team, which means you invite your users specifically, everyone assigned to this client. So that would mean that if I had the marketing team as my client, I could create my marketing project and just assign each of those users specifically to that client. It would be them as the marketing team, and this would be a marketing project. Alternatively, there's everyone in this organization, and that may be something you choose to do. It just depends on what your workflow is and who you want seeing what projects. For now, we're going to do only the users I see under this team. Then I click Save. Your project was created successfully. We did it. We created our first project. Now, you see the screen has changed a little bit. This is our project settings screen. So from creation, we moved into project settings. You can see it highlighted at the bottom. You can create or put in a picture for your project, so you can very quickly see a visual cue of what your project is. Files are a certain size though, so if you're uploading something large and you're looking for a very specific visual, you want to keep that in mind that you may need to resize an image. It does keep the strategy and dates and the things that we just set. Project does have status now, so we can keep it active or closed. And then up here, we can start to add our team members. Look at our integrations specific to the project. And then we have files that we can upload, which will be moving out of this view soon. So stay tuned for that. It will actually go on the side of your screen. Discussions, if it's specific to that project. To-do status settings. This is Kanban columns. So you can change the labels of the Kanban. And then our AI settings. So each project can have specific AI settings, and we'll go over that in another video. For the sake of this conversation, let's go to project overview. This is our main project dashboard. When you log into Leantime, the first thing you will usually see is going to be your home dashboard, which will highlight all of the work that is assigned to you across all of the projects, along with a calendar view. This view is also in the process of getting an upgrade so that you can make this more personal to what you want to do and how you want to organize your work. So stay tuned for that too. Going back to the project overview, you'll see here that it lists out who is that client, or if we had done the marketing team, this would say marketing team, content creation. Then we go through what are the steps to create and complete this project. So we want to describe it. So giving more information on that background and planning around it. You want to invite your team, which would be down here. Define your project using a blueprint, which we'll go over in another video. And as you complete all of these items, they will start to extend farther out. And you can see them in case you do them in a different order, which is okay and happens. And then implementation. Create to-dos, finish 80% of your to-dos. As you finish to-dos and milestones, you'll start to see that the progress up here will change, and then you have project updates that are quick, short status updates, and then you can start to go into developing your work. This is the quickest and easiest way to start thinking about the organization of your work and how to set up those initial projects so that you can be organized for your process. Here are some outtakes of clips that I recorded that didn't quite make it into video content. It's a true story. Just took me 45 minutes to an hour to be able to get the nerve to start the video camera. This is not my sweet spot, and I don't generally talk to myself, I talk to my dog. One of the things that happens to come with my ADHD is the occasional info dumping session. And in info dumping, it is one of the joked about love languages of someone with ADHD or neurodivergence. And what it means is that I show that I care about somebody by sharing all of the info about something that's relevant to me. So I have spent most of the day in an info dumping mode, and Marcel, CTO here, would be able to validate that. So we thought it would make sense to use that info dumping session to take an opportunity to start sharing information on a video.